The default gradient background in ZBrush is nice and all, but sometimes you want to put something back there that fits with what you're working on. In this video, I'll place a 360-degree panoramic photograph in the background so that it feels like we're looking around an actual environment with the model. Okay, setting this up is pretty simple. Let's go up to the Light menu. We'll come down to Texture under Background. And what we can do is we can just pick this texture right here, which is kind of this gallery that comes with ZBrush. So now we'll pan around the model or rotate around it, and you can see that it's basically a 360 panorama photograph, like a spherical photograph that gets mapped into a 3D environment here in ZBrush. And so what we could do for display purposes is kind of position this bowl on this pedestal and make it look like it's in a gallery. This might be useful for presentation purposes. Let's say you've got a model and you want to show it to somebody and you want it to look like it's on a workbench or in a gallery. Then you could find the appropriate image for that, load it in, and you're good to go. Let's take a look at some other images that we could put in here. So I'm going to go back up to Light, go to Image, and let's import images from a different place. So there's actually a folder with some more of these 360 photographs. If you go into your ZBrush folder with your version number, and then find the Z Textures folder, Panoramas, and you can pick from any of these. So I don't know, let's pick one of these at random. And you can see now we can place this bowl here in the middle of the road. If you want to find more images like this, you can find them in various stock photo websites. You can even do a Google image search for HDRI 360, and you'll find lots of free images like this one. Let's take a look at something else we might want to do with this. Let's go up to Light, and one thing we can do is change this so that it doesn't rotate with the object. So if we turn this off, now we have the background image locked, and it's really just more like a static image right now with the 3D model able to rotate in front of it. So in case you're getting dizzy and you don't want to deal with that background moving around, you just want a still image back there, that's the way you do that. But I'm going to turn this back on. Now, these 360 backgrounds are nice for presentation purposes, and they look kind of fun to play with, but they are not really practical for just everyday sculpting work. They kind of get distracting. So I made a spherical background that's way less intrusive, and I'm going to give it away for free. So let's go up to Light, we'll go to Image, Import, and let's go to the free exercise files folder and open up 360gridroom.jpg. This should be available to anyone regardless of whether you have the premium subscription. And we'll click Open. And now you can see we've got kind of a holodeck background here. Just a simple grid, but it's kind of blurred out so it's not really obtrusive. It's not getting in the way too much. It just feels like a little bit of an environment so that when you're moving around the model, it feels like there's some sort of space around it. And we've got a light up at the top, so if you have a model that is kind of ambiguous as to what the top is and what the bottom is, it's really easy to orient yourself in space this way. Something else I've done is color code the walls. So there's a slight reddish tint to one side and a slight bluish tint to the other. So at a glance, you can basically tell which direction you're facing. Okay, so this is a pretty simple little trick, but it's something that can help your model feel integrated into a 3D environment.